They would deliberate immediately. The room buzzed with nervous energy as we waited. Parents held hands, students checked their phones, teachers graded papers to pass time. Everyone understood we'd reached a pivotal moment. After an hour, the board returned. The president's expression was grave but determined. She announced that the evidence clearly showed a pattern of discriminatory grading practices. Ms. Thompson would be placed on administrative leave immediately, pending a full investigation, but they didn't stop there. The board announced a comprehensive review of grading policies district-wide. They mandated bias training for all teachers. They established an anonymous reporting system for grade disputes. They promised systematic change to prevent future discrimination. Ms. Thompson's face cycled through emotions: shock, anger, disbelief, and finally something like recognition. Her lawyer whispered urgently in her ear, but she waved him off. She gathered her things and walked out without a word. The room erupted in a mixture of tears and celebration. Parents hugged their children. Students thanked teachers who'd supported them. The community had achieved something remarkable through collective action. Justice had prevailed through persistence and truth. The board's decision triggered immediate action throughout the school. Ms. Thompson cleared out her classroom that same evening. Boxes stacked in the hallway as she worked alone. I watched from across the courtyard as she loaded her car, her movements mechanical and defeated. Wednesday morning brought unexpected visitors. Former students from Ms. Thompson's previous school arrived to share their experiences with our administration. One woman, now in her 30s, explained how Ms. Thompson's accusations had derailed her college plans. She'd believed for years that her handwriting proved she wasn't smart enough for higher education. The teaching assistant Jennifer met with the principal to formally present her documentation. She'd photographed over 200 graded assignments showing clear bias patterns. Students with addresses from certain neighborhoods consistently received lower grades, regardless of content quality. The evidence was overwhelming and undeniable. My phone buzzed constantly with messages from students who'd suffered under Ms. Thompson's prejudice. They shared stories of changed majors, abandoned scholarship applications, and shattered confidence. Each message reinforced the importance of what we'd accomplished together. Thursday afternoon, the district announced mandatory retraining for all teachers on unconscious bias and fair grading practices. The sessions would begin immediately, with follow-up evaluations throughout the year. Real change was happening, not just empty promises. I spent hours helping other students file formal grade appeals. We organized the evidence systematically, creating individual packets for each affected student. The administration promised expedited reviews, understanding that college applications depended on corrected transcripts. Ms. Thompson made one final attempt to salvage her reputation. She sent a mass email to parents claiming she'd been unfairly targeted by students who couldn't meet high standards. The email backfired spectacularly when parents compared notes and realized she'd sent different versions with contradictory claims. Friday brought news that shook everyone. An anonymous teacher from Ms. Thompson's previous district leaked internal documents showing she'd been quietly transferred after similar incidents. The district had chosen to pass the problem along rather than address it directly. The pattern of enabling stretched back 15 years. The school board called an emergency session to address the systemic failures that allowed Ms. Thompson to continue teaching despite repeated complaints. Board members faced tough questions about oversight and accountability. Parents demanded answers about how many other teachers might be engaging in similar discrimination. I worked with Emma's mom to create a presentation for the district equity committee. We compiled data showing how Ms. Thompson's grading had disproportionately affected students who qualified for free lunch programs. The correlation was stark and undeniable when visualized in graphs and charts. Marcus's dad expanded his analysis to include all of Ms. Thompson's classes over 5 years. The results revealed that working class students were 3 times more likely to receive failing grades in her classes compared to wealthy students with identical test scores. The discrimination was systematic and deliberate. The principal announced that all of Ms. Thompson's current students would have their grades reviewed by an independent panel. 3 retired teachers volunteered to reevaluate every assignment from the past 2 years. They promised fair, unbiased assessments based solely on content quality. Jennifer, the teaching assistant,